What is up, guys? I am back with another director's cut. And this is one of my favorite videos. This is back almost 3 years ago, the Ruby, Arizona, when myself and my friend Tim from Breaking the Shell.
Oh, yeah, that's me. How you doing, guys?
Oh, by the way, Tim's here with me on this one.
Look at that. Oh, I love that intro. That is so classic John right there.
Yeah, no, I think about bringing it back every once in a while. But look at me there, the extra long little hair flips going out.
The back hatwards.
The back hatwards. But no, Ruby it was the highlight of the trip. I mean, me and Tim, if you're new to the channel, Tim there, I just showed him. He's here with me now.
How are you doing?
We went on this huge road trip. Neither one of us had ever been west. And we're like, let's do it. So on New Year's Eve, we rented a car and we headed west. And boy, did we have an adventure. The pinnacle of the adventure was here. This is an entire abandoned ghost town, all to itself in the middle of the mountains.
Now, was this our target destination? Because I don't remember discussing this before we left.
It wasn't our target destination. I researched, I found out about it. I wanted to go there.
Because I know we didn't talk about it until we were already out in the desert.
I didn't get the official okay to go there until we were already out west. This just kind of became the culmination of our trip, you know.
Because for me, it was definitely the highlight of the trip.
Yeah, our actual goal was the Queen Mary. That was the one thing when we set out on this trip. That's where we want to be.
And that was pretty awesome because of its historicness.
And it was haunted.
But
this was okay. So
this is a whole nother world. This was stepping back in time.
Yeah, to put it in perspective, we drove. It's in Southwest Arizona. It's in, I can't remember the name of the park, like National Park or whatever it's
like
in.
5 miles from the border, wasn't it?
3.
3.
It's 3 miles from the United States-Mexico border. So one of the problems here is a lot of immigrants, illegal immigrants coming into the country, use this as kind of like a hiding spot. Now there is a caretaker that watches over the place so many days a week. So, but right here,
that cool guy.
Yeah, look at Misty.
Look at that jacket. Oh my gosh.
So, okay, so this is not the one where you fell through the ground. We did 3 videos here. We did like an overnight challenge video, and then we did a 3 a.m. challenge.
I'll do some solo EVPs for a little bit.
But in the other video, before it got 3 a.m., we were just kind of filming around.
Yeah.
And Tim fell through a full. You tell him about it.
It was almost like a decking. It looked like some kind of work pit underneath. And it had what looked like railroad ties.
Yeah.
And I was standing on the edge of the concrete slab and filming something, and some birds flew out of the bush and it startled me. And when I stepped back, I stepped on those railroad ties and it went right through. It was as brittle as like paper.
And it messed your leg up pretty bad. And
it gave me a good cut on my leg.
Yeah. And just then you were telling me, like, I feel like my leg's wet.
Yeah.
So you went to the car to check on that, and I stayed.
Yeah, because it started bleeding again.
In the room. And as you saw in the very beginning of the video, I put a little teaser in there of what happens. And that was when the piano played, which is going to happen here in a minute. I'll be quiet and let you all hear it when it happens. But yeah, it's pretty crazy.
There's so many things we've done, you almost forget about a lot of it. So watching this again.
And I put a sticker on one of the blackboards, and I got yelled at by some people.
Yes, you did.
People yelled at me for that, said it was vandalism. I don't agree with that. I mean, leaving a sticker behind.
Carving your name into it.
That's defacing.
That's vandalism.
Putting a little sticker that can be removed and no sign of it ever being there is not vandalism. I'm sorry. So you people out there who get mad over that stuff, reevaluate your life because you're an idiot. But anyways. Tim's looking at me like, oh, God, he's talking too much.
He's on a soapbox.
I'm on a soapbox. No, I just don't. No, I take it back. You're not an idiot, but
I want that potbelly stove.
I know. there's so many cool things left in this town. One of the funniest things is I tell the story. This place has been abandoned for quite a long time, at least the 30s, 40s, maybe.
Something like that.
And
Chair's creepy.
I found out way after this, a bunch of hippies moved in there, kind of like Slab City, back in the 70s, maybe 60s or 70s.
Guys.
But there's an old hot tub up there in one part, and so many people tried to call me out.
That's cool.
This isn't really abandoned that long. Oh, here's the piano part, guys. I'll let y'all hear it.
What the hell? I think I just heard a piano.
Just like that. You see, I go straight over here, and it's like, I thought maybe Tim had come back at one
No, because
part.
at this point I'm in the car putting new bandages on.
Yeah, you were putting bandages on your wound. And I'm like, what the
My
heck?
wound. I was in war. It was a cut. It was a darn good cut.
Yeah, it was.
Tim, you in here?
And this is just, I'm just shocked. So I proceed to like, at this moment, I remember I'm thinking like, is Tim pranking me? You know, did Tim run in here and do this? Because I start looking in the closets like there's somebody hiding.
With me or what?
And,
Yeah, I remember off camera you're like, come on, dude, you were in there, right?
and I'm like, how did you get out of there?
Yeah.
And I searched everywhere and you weren't anywhere to be seen.
Is anybody out here?
Like
No.
looking out the window, like
Yeah.
dived out the window or something.
No.
Well, you know, you could have
Ninja
stuck
style.
you could have stuck a stick in or something to hit it. I don't know. There's that huge slide. You remember that slide back there?
Yeah.
That thing was crazy, dude.
Literally.
I couldn't imagine as a kid climbing up that
And I even looked in the lockers.
thing.
I'm
Tim,
like, is
are
Tim-
you in there?
I mean, you're pretty thin, so you could probably fit in one of them.
Not with that big puffy garbage bag jacket I was wearing.
You did have that big, and you could hear you coming a mile away. Too. Yeah, that's the thing. Tim couldn't hide, and it was deceptive out there.
People used to yell at me in the videos like, you gotta get a different jacket.
I don't know. Is there anybody in here?
Oh yeah, I forgot about this classroom over here. The floor sketched me out in this one.
Thought I just heard something back here.
No, I can't remember what I heard right there, but I'm still looking around. I was pretty spooked by that. I mean, hearing that piano key hit, and it kind of blew my mind.
Giggle.
But never heard it again after that. But we had a lot of crazy things happen, and I believe it's in this video. There's a house on the hill where the
I
family
was
got
really
murdered.
hoping that
It's
showed
okay,
up
you
in
can
this
play
video.
games with me. You want to play hide and
What?
That part of the house.
Yeah, it does.
Because not many, I had several people commented on in the videos,
Mm-hmm.
but nobody really like, holy cow, did you see that? And
Yeah.
I thought after I was editing it, that was one of the biggest moments in the video. For me, because I experienced that. I wasn't here for that. Hey, there I am.
Yeah, you just come back from the car,
It's a big old knot, and there's a little cut off.
and you're telling me all about your leg.
'Cause
And this is where I'm like, by the way, while you're gone,
And I was in here.
you saw your face like, really?
And I was freaking
Wait, what?
out. It sounded just
I
like
missed
a piano
that?
key. I need to play it back and listen to it.
You did, bro. You missed
But
it.
then I went over and I walked around. I
But
looked
man,
at
this
it,
was such a good trip. I mean,
I clenched on my camera.
yeah. We had so many amazing experiences. Like,
Now I asked if it want to play hide and
you know,
seek.
here Ruby was like the
I wonder if it
center point for me. But then we also we stayed on the Queen Mary. We saw the Grand Canyon for the first time.
Salton Sea.
Salton Sea. You should see
I
that.
don't know why I'm freaking out about
They've turned
Is
that
that
place
different?
into a big art installation.
Really?
Yeah, all the
There
all
was
the,
like one spot that had like
Oh,
5 or 6 pieces.
Oh my
all
God.
the abandoned buildings. Not all of them. A big lot of them have been turned into like
stupid piano.
just the whole thing's artwork. It's hard to explain. I actually have a video of it. If y'all want to check it out, I'll link it down below. Or probably not. I'll probably forget. But just look for the Renaissance of the Salton Sea on my channel. You'll find it. But
I don't know. I feel
I had like an advertisement on that board or something.
There was a lot of
Trying to get my heart rate down.
educational stuff on the board about the animals that lived in that area.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That reminds me of the school. This room here.
It's huge.
if you remember in Greenville, Tennessee, there's that old school that's like basically in a cemetery now. It's next to that church.
Anybody in here with us?
Me and you went to.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember who we went with, but we went there one day and walked in and filmed it. I don't think we went at night, did we?
Was that you messing with me a while ago?
I can't remember because you were looking for the ladder up in the bell tower. You wanted to climb up in the bell tower of it.
That was during the day.
Yeah, I thought so.
We had Jacob.
That's right. It was me, you, and Carpetbagger, and Heather was there. But like this room here reminds me of that school
Yes.
a lot. And we move on here a little bit to some of the other buildings now. I don't know if I told you this. I knew some people. There were some murders that happened in this town. But you know the weird like radiator-looking thing in the ground
Mm-hmm.
that was next to the school? Well, that was the old store, like the grocery store or whatever. And the people that ran it were murdered by these Mexican bandit guys that came in. And the wife had 2 gold teeth. So they pulled her teeth out. They murdered her for her teeth. They robbed the store and murdered them. Pulled her teeth out, and they were caught like 2 or 3 towns over trying to sell the gold teeth. And that happened where the ruins of that building was, where that radiator thing is. I didn't know that at the time when we were there, or we'd really investigated that.
Let's go on to the other building.
I do want to go back here.
So this is going up to the house.
This is going up to that house, yes. The one where the attic little door thing.
How do we not pick up a ton of ticks?
It's Arizona, bro. I don't think they have ticks.
No ticks out there?
I don't think so. Maybe they do. Heck, we didn't get any though.
None.
But man, the coolest part of this is where we actually slept at. And I wish we'd have filmed that. Yeah, that little window up there. Wait till later, guys. We didn't notice it when we were
Somebody
there.
pointed that out to me.
Yeah, and then Tim's like, "Did you get that in your video?" And I went back and I'm like, "I sure the heck did." But man, all the stuff. And guys, I'm going to say this like I do every time. If you haven't seen the original with the full audio, go back and watch it. Man, it's worth it. It'll be in the description down below.
The vibe, I mean, it's just...
Walking up to it, because it's that little path going through all that tall, overgrown grass. Then you get here, and the floors were real sketchy. Like, I didn't even walk in it, I don't think. I think I stood here at the window the whole time, and you went in. But then we started hearing a lot of sounds in here. And
Because at one point, I want to say I heard something that started following me. Like above me or...
it was something, it was like something was moving around in the attic.
Yeah.
And it was strange. It was very strange and bizarre. And it was real creepy.
Is anybody in here with us?
But yeah, man, we had so many experiences at this little house. And then there's that other house we went to where the guy killed himself.
Mm-hmm. It still had the bed frames in there.
Yeah. And like we were looking at all these what looked like bullet holes everywhere.
Yep.
It's pretty unnerving thinking of what all. And there's a lot of this town that don't exist anymore. A lot of the houses were gone. Basically, when all those squatters came in back in the 60s or 70s, they destroyed a lot of it. They burnt a lot of the houses for firewood.
It does get cold.
Yeah, it gets cold at night, which we learned. It was about 80 in a day.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a blanket or anything. Which, walking around at night, I was fine. It wasn't too cold at this point. Well, it's pretty cold at 3 a.m.
I had my jacket. It was cold.
It was pretty cold. But you know me, I wear short sleeves and it's snowing. But when we finally laid down to sleep for a few hours, I woke up freezing.
Oh, it was so terrible. My feet and my toes hurt so bad because it was so cold.
Yeah, and my air mattress was like laying on a cloud of ice. Like it was so freaking cold on that thing. But yeah, lots of experiences right here.
Because when we got to this point, I had lost my clothes.
Yes, we had already left the Queen Mary. Look at that light.
Never noticed that.
I never noticed that before. There's no electricity in this place, guys. I don't know where that light's coming from.
Huh.
I'd never noticed that. Huh. I want to go back.
Yes.
I want to go back. I want to drop a camera down the mine shaft. Now, I don't think we do it on this one,
come out here and listen to this, man.
but on the overnight challenge video, we
Yeah, it was definitely a daytime, but it doesn't look like
Come
a
right here
face in
beside me
that
and
plane.
listen out there.
kind of does. We did it twice. We did it at night. We're filming just like the overnight part, and
Like a pump motor.
that's when we first found it. Was at night,
A pump for a mine.
and we were throwing the rocks down. That was crazy.
Oh, the sound, the whooshes that it made.
The whoosh it made and the crash sound at the bottom. Really want to see what's at the bottom. I say it's a graveyard down there of animals that's fallen down it.
This place is insane.
Because I've watched a lot of videos where dudes like they rappel down those,
Yeah.
I tell you what,
which I couldn't have the guts to
this
do.
place is bad.
Because a lot of those mines are collapsed, and if you go on top of the mountain, there's just huge gaping holes in the ground. Like if you do satellite image,
Yeah.
look at it, you see just massive craters where the mines have collapsed into the mountain.
Okay, guys.
It's freaking terrifying, to be honest with you.
And it is not the traditional horizontal or.
Was it 800 or 900 foot?
900.
900 foot, he said. Down, straight down.
And it had shafts coming off of it
Ever so
couple
far.
hundred feet. Yeah.
I guess every time they'd find some kind of vein,
They
would run it. But, but yeah, we,
straight down.
I don't know if we,
Hope you're ready for this, guys. Here we go.
I want to see.
This is
Oh, we're at the mine
We're
shaft.
at the mine shaft.
So I guess this is where we threw the rocks down.
You're lost forever.
Yeah, because the mine shaft was on the very top of the hill. Ooh.
Gosh, man.
900 feet down.
That ribbing.
And you're dangling like it was.
See the
nothing.
ladder over there?
Yep.
Would you have the guts to do that?
Nope.
Let's just keep going, guys. I'm going back away from this.
Man.
How do we not have a glow stick? That would have been pretty cool.
See, that's why we need to go back, man. This is the video where we threw rocks down. So, yeah. There's a swooshing sound it makes. It's pretty terrifying, to be honest with you. But they filled in another shaft.
The other one was filled in with trash.
The other side to the
Yeah.
left of us, yeah. But there was another big concrete shaft like this
Nothing.
behind us right now, like straight behind us a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You might see it. It's back there a little farther out of the light. But this is where we throw that down.
Oh, welcome to Bad Ideas.
Yeah. I was so nervous when we did this. All right, guys, listen, I want to enhance this sound for you so you can hear it.
Make sure we try to drop it straight. All right, here we go.
That was so far.
Wow.
It's freaking crazy.
And then you hear us giggling, woo! Like
Yeah.
a couple of little morons.
You got to keep in mind, guys, as we're watching this, we have no sound. We went and
Look, I
grabbed
got
another one.
another.
We threw a bunch on and off camera, though. Like, it's just
It was
such an
mesmerizing.
incredible.
Here we go.
Ready? 3,
It makes that
2.
sound.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
Wow. Greta hit rock bottom.
Yeah.
Wait, where'd Tim go?
And think that was the crane that would hoist the
And
miners
they had
up and down.
They had a guide wire holding it because it was starting to fall.
Yeah.
And they had a support wire.
Uh-huh.
I got to back away from it.
But, guys,
As scary as that
there was this huge. You know what? It's all the what do you call it? The waste that comes from the mines. That was the sand.
It's full of trash.
The
That was-
sand blocks. There's the trash one.
Or no, I meant where we slept at, where we set up our tent.
Oh.
All that. It's all the like excess.
Yes.
Could be toxic.
Who knows?
Because you know that town in Oklahoma, all their mining leftovers was just piled up in big dunes, and it made the whole town toxic.
We dump stuff out right there, maybe into a truck or a conveyor.
Place is incredible. I definitely want to go back. And I want to drop a camera down that shaft.
Yep. Throw it on a fishing pole and drop down there.
Just drop it down, See what we see with it. That'd be epic, man. Take it all the way to the bottom.
Oh, I'd love to do that.
Use the GoPro in case there's water down there and it gets into water.
Okay, guys.
Use the
this
GoPro.
is the house.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll use my actual GoPro. Now, this is the house where the dude killed himself. The one that murdered the people in the previous
Check
house
this thing out, guys.
and went home and shot
We had a little
himself.
fun at the mine shaft. It
That's
wasn't
the
really
story I was
explored,
told.
as
I
far
think
as
there's
people,
the
it's out in the elements.
bed
We
frame
actually
was
get
out
to go
there.
inside here.
Mm-hmm. I think bedframe's still set up inside of it. There's a grill in it, too.
Yep.
I know
Yeah, it was on the other side of that wall from the grill.
Yep. Yeah, you can see it through the door.
Dude, it's hot in here.
Oh wow.
That's
That was a weird place, man.
There's no windows. I mean, it's just
It's wide.
And yeah, you can see like all the trim and parts of the houses were removed
Yeah,
and
it's
everything.
It's like 10, 15 degrees warmer.
It's kind of sad that they've destroyed it like they did.
Hello?
But back then it wasn't thought of as historic, it's just thought of as abandoned.
And
dump.
I mean, to a lot of people, that's just trash that needs to be torn down and thrown away. To us, it's really awesome.
Yeah.
The history, the look of it. I mean,
Yeah.
they don't design them like that anymore.
You remember the one building? It's not in this video, it's in the other overnight video. Where the freaking birds was attacking us.
Yeah, the whole back wall of the building is falling out. It would look like apartments.
Yeah, it looked like apartments, and everywhere we went there, that freaking birds was all over.
Because it was very close. It was like next to this house.
Yeah. It was pretty close to it. It was closer to the other one. Because we had to, we walked by that one to get to that other one on the hill. If I remember, there's a level. There's a spider.
Did you film the
I don't want to find out if it's
the jail in this one?
Not in this one, no. That's
Because
in
that jail, you guys got to go watch that video.
Yeah, I'll link all
Your
the
other nighttime video.
Yeah.
The jail in that was, I mean, you got to imagine Arizona desert heat.
Gosh, man, it's a
And it's
tiny
a
single
tiny
cell.
little cement box
Yeah, with a metal top.
and a steel door. I mean,
You know, it was a sweat box, man.
they said they used to tie drunk people to the trees
Yep.
because they couldn't fit them inside.
Mm-hmm. That's right. I forgot about that. God, look at that whole back wall's gone.
Yeah.
Man. Excuse Tim's coughingness.
Yeah.
I do it sometimes. That's why I like recording these one take. You get all the details.
I went to say something.
But yeah, dude, we gotta hit this place back. It was so much fun. It looked like a newspaper propped up in the corner. Couldn't tell.
Oh, the bird houses, little.
Yeah,
mud
bird's
houses.
nest, mud bird nest. There's a certain type of bird that does
There
that.
was tons of them though,
Oh yeah, they were everywhere.
and they love chasing me.
Yeah, Tim always gets chased by birds. It's quite entertaining.
I do try. Not many bugs,
No, the bugs.
which
weren't.
I was really excited about.
I mean, this was January,
I mean, that's
But
the
it's
best
still-
time to go. It is no bug season.
but it's still southern Arizona. I was very pleased at the weather out west. It felt so nice out there.
It's still pretty cold. Way colder than I expected.
You remember when we went to the London Bridge, how nice that day was. It was like a summer
That
day.
was awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, there were cold times, for sure.
Right there.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's a pentagram.
Somebody's car.
Yeah, somebody carved upside down
It's so long.
the pentagram on the door there.
Oh wow.
So long. Yeah, it looks like bullet
Camera
holes.
up.
Do what?
And back your camera up. You're killing my shot.
Ah, you're fine. See, that looks like a bullet
Yeah.
hole right there.
That sure looks like one, don't it?
It does. And it's coming from the right
Because
angle.
if he shot himself and it passed through, it hit the wall somewhere. But yeah, well, we're nearing the end.
It was amazing how well a lot of this stuff weathered. Because if it was here at home,
Oh God,
it would not have lasted that long.
No, that's one thing about the desert, dude. Like the sand will get to stuff, but like
Now that place, so it was. I mean, it was in a little valley it had mountains surrounding it, so it was in a bowl shape, so the wind didn't tear it apart.
Yeah, and there's more vegetation there than most places out in the desert too, which protects from the dust and the sand blasting everything like that. But yeah, I think we'll be ending the video soon. It was a great experience, man. I hope we do it again. I hope we can make more of these awesome videos in the future.
I hope they go back and rewatch them and really enjoy the vibe and everything that we put into it.
Oh yeah, and I'm definitely going to link all 3 of the Ruby videos in this description.
There he is.
So y'all can find it. You can tell how tired I was. We hardly slept the whole trip. Like, we wore ourselves out. But, again, guys, thanks for watching.
Y'all are awesome.
It's really awesome having Tim here.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Go show him some love on his channel. I'll link it down below. And go watch the others. Go watch the original version of this and watch the other videos. They're pretty epic. But again, thank y'all for watching. If you want further support, join membership on this channel. I put bonus content and I have a Patreon, sell t-shirts, all that cool stuff.
Get over there, Patreon.
Yeah. But anyways, guys, for now, love yous. See y'all next time.